Alright, hello and welcome back to another live stream. I am back. I was just live earlier. Hope you guys have all had an amazing night. Hope I can make it better. If you're a little down or if you just want to watch something, then a fun flight tonight, a little bit unique. We got a new visuals pack that literally just came out on Microsoft Flight Simulator. I actually restarted the game. That's how I figured out that it came out. A brand new visuals pack for California, LA, Sacramento, San Francisco, Long Beach, all the airports, San Diego, all the airports in California, Fresno, all the airports. Today we're going to be flying from here in Seattle, where we just ended our last flight not too long ago. And we will be flying down to Los Angeles, LAX for the very first time for me. I've been there in real life. I've landed there in the game off stream, but I haven't actually taxied to a gate. I've literally just landed and then left the game. So this will be my first official landing in Los Angeles, California, LAX. Cruise altitude today of 37,000 feet, 2 hours and 9 minutes en route, but we did make it pretty fast here to Seattle from Kansas City earlier, so I wouldn't be shocked if it doesn't take that long. But yeah, if you guys have not joined the Discord, make sure to do that. The link is in my bio, as well as go subscribe to the YouTube channel. But without further ado, once again, another flight on the Boeing 737 MAX 8 Alaska Airlines livery. There's a United livery over there. That looks somewhat like a 7. That's not a 737. That's an A320. There's an A330. There's a bigger plane. Again, here in Seattle at the gate that we actually ended off on the last stream just a minute ago. So we will go ahead and get started here. Let's go ahead and get the checklist open. Checklist. Preliminary pre-flight. And standby power is on. External power can go to on. IRS mode can go to nav. Cabin and utility power can go to on. IFE passenger spy can go to on. Emergency lights can go on as well. Anti-collision lights can stay off for now. And we are going to need anti-ice today, so window heating is on. Probe heating on, and anti-ice on. Those can stay the same. All that stuff can stay the same. Cruise altitude again is going to be 37,000 feet. The flight to Los Angeles. And then the landing altitude we'll figure out here in a minute. Fasten seatbelt sign and no smoking signs can go to auto and on. And then we can go and do the FMC. Position in it, we're going to be at K Seattle. And we're going to be going to LAX, so K Seattle one more time. KC. And destination KLAX. Flight number is going to be 1390 based off of our real flight number on Alaska Airlines. 1390 for the flight number. Runway is going to be 16 left. 16 left. And then init ref, 0 fuel weight. Reserves will be 14. Cost index 40. Cruise altitude will fleet flight level 370. And one limit. Takeoff. Calculate. And SCL temp will be 46. There you go. Flaps will be 5. CG percent good. Next page. Runway and wind is 150/06. Departure and arrival. Let's go next out of the takeoff, and departure and arrival will be the Summa 2. Summer 2 with the summer transition. Not sure which one that is. We are facing. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I have to do this the old school way because it is. Okay. So it is not quite working. It's not telling me which one to do, so. Okay, we'll just use that one, I guess. Departure and arrival. Arrival is going to be the Iron Man 2. Iron Man 2 with the Burgle and 24 right, ILS 24 right. The transition of Big Mercy 64, welcome to the stream. How's your night going? The transition will be, I believe, live-in. Let me just double check. Circus is actually what I think I did. Let me go and find out real quick on the flight plan. KLAX. We'll go to map, approach, runway 24 right, ILS localizer 24 right. So we're gonna want, hold on, live-in. I don't even see Circus on here. Oh, Circus, Sebi. We're gonna want live-in actually. Live-in. Okay, I route, activate, and execute. Alright, almost done here. Go to legs. And then we'll just do a quick legs run through. Oh. Okay, Nejo, yep. Summer. Let's go move that up. I don't know what the hell INTC means. If anyone knows, let me know. Summer. I'm not. And then it's gonna be Jinmo, so the LKB can actually go away. What the hell is J? Why am I not seeing it? J. I'm blind right now. Holy shit. J. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J. Okay, God damn. J, I, N, M, O. That was scary. Jinmo, and then Jogen. Jogen. And then it looks a little messy right now, but it's fine. June Edge. June Edge. Jagua. Not a J, he's damn. Jagwa. It's not going to show the altitude just yet. And then Burgle can be moved up to the top. Burgle. And then back to there. Alright, execute. Let me just make sure there's nothing else. Or no route discontinuity or vectors or anything like that. There's a little bit of vectors right here, so we'll just go like that. Alright, then the landing altitude is going to be 169 feet, so we can just make this 150. Alright. And then real quick, we're going to insert our altitude, takeoff altitude, our cruise altitude into here, just so the computer knows for the climb, 37,000 feet. There you go. Cruise altitude FMC, altimeter bar, we'll go inside that, even though it looks like it's almost fine, but we just gotta decrease it just a little bit. Uh, 29.85 should be good. And left off the fuel pump can go to on, AP switch can go to start, and AP bleed can go to on. Alright, I'll let you guys listen to us starting the APU. Alright, as that's starting, we can go ahead and go to pre-flight, flight directors, and go to on, and then we can go and set up our IS here. Actually, I forgot to put in the takeoff speed, so we will do that real quick. Let me calculate those on SimBrief. Again, as always, shout out to SimBrief for helping out with the flight plan. I gotta go departure and arrival. One more time. Nope. Let's go here and here. Route, takeoff, and then the takeoff speeds will be 150, 154, 161, 150, and 154, 161. Alright. Should be very interesting. I'm kind of excited to see if the visuals even make an effect or what. IS should be 176. So it was 161 plus 15, I believe, is 176. 176. Yes, there you go. And then we can go and turn on the generator switches for the APU. Fuel flow can go to reset. We also can go and lift up these real quick just so they're out of the way. And then finally, in that checklist, the pre-flight checklist, the on damper can go to on, and we are ready for engine start. We can go and detach the bridge, and we're almost ready for takeoff here in Seattle. Request passenger boarding stop. Alright, and we can go and request pushback. Wait for that tug to get attached so we can push back. Big Mercy, what's up? Oh, how did I say that? There you go. And just disappears. That's funny. If you want the new California visuals, you gotta go to Marketplace, by the way. Alright, and we can go and release that parking brake, ready for pushback. Big Mercy, let me know if you want me to wait for you if you're going to LA. Alright, and fuel pumps can go to on, hydraulic pumps can go to on, external power can go to off, anti-collision lights go to on, and go and start that right engine real quick so you can not be behind. That can go to steady, that can go to on. Left and right packs are both off. We are good. Right engine is starting. Let's make sure this pushback is not going to be stupid though. You kind of need to steer to the right, please. We're definitely going to come in contact with that other plane because this pushback people don't know how to do their jobs. Maybe not. Maybe we'll have a little bit of room. If there was a plane, if there was a plane right here, we would definitely be killing it right now. Big Mercy, that is totally fine. Press pushback stop. Alright, hopefully it stops. And parking brake can go to set. And go and wait for that motoring little letters to go away, and then we should be good to start the right engine. And almost ready for takeoff, like I said. From here in Seattle, we are going to LA, like I said. 2 hours, 9 minutes, but it should not take that long. Waiting for the motoring to go away. There you go. We can go and start the right engine. You can also go and turn on the dome light on dimmed. After starting engine checklist. Probe heating is on. Good. Generator switch can go to on. Fasten seatbelt sign can also make sure. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Fasten seatbelt sign can also go to on as well. Okay, engine is starting. Almost ready to start that left engine. Waiting for that switch to go back to off. And We can go ahead and start that left engine. Alright, left engine is starting. We're gonna have to wait again for that motoring to go away. As you can see right here. Takes a little bit. I don't know why it always takes longer for the left engine. This is really like a routine for me saying that every single stream pretty much. While we're waiting, we can go turn auto throttle on. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Whoops. Let's go ahead and remove that. That's not what I meant to do. We can actually go and open this to legs. Because the takeoff speeds are here. Okay. Still waiting for motoring to go away. We can go ahead. What I was trying to do is we can go and move the flaps to 5 degrees. Ready for takeoff. And the motoring went away. We can go ahead and turn on the left engine. Generator switch can go to on. Taxi light can go to on. And we are almost ready for taxi here. Alright, and we should be good there. Waiting for that switch to go back to off. Then we'll change this to both. Both. And the left right packs can go to auto. Isolation valve can go to auto as well. Engine bleeder can go to on. APU bleed off. And APU power off as well. Before taxi checklist. Flaps, taxi lights, runway turn off lights, auto throttle armed, all good. Engine start switches continuous. Let me real quick just remind myself on the runway we're going to be taking off on. It is going to be 16 left, the same runway that I landed on when I was landing here. Alright, parking brake is released and ready for taxi. Again, Seattle to LA. New visuals in California, so that's kind of why I wanted to do a quick flight. It's probably better for the daytime, but might as well do it at the nighttime. For the next, what is it, today, Wednesday, so if I do streams Thursday and Friday, it's just going to be some California streams, some hopper flights. Not really hopper flights, but like, you know, short flights. Obviously my hometown is Sacramento, so I might do a flight to Sacramento. After LA, maybe I'll do like Sacramento, LA to Sacramento, Sacramento to San Diego, or something like that. If I do a stream tomorrow or Friday, that'll be what that stream is. Because then I want to go to Anchorage eventually and do a cargo stream. So I'll probably, if I'm live both days, I'll do LA to Sacramento, Sacramento to San Diego, and then if I'm live Friday, I'll do San Diego to San Diego either directly to Anchorage, or if there's no direct flights to Anchorage, I'll just go San Diego to Seattle and then Seattle to Anchorage. I might stop either way, but we'll see. Maybe once we're up in the air, we can kind of start researching flights and stuff like that for tomorrow. And the next day, if I do streams, trying to just, like I said, grind it out just to kind of gain a initial following a little bit if I can. It is a lot harder to, It's a lot harder to gain a following on Twitch than it is to on YouTube. That is for damn sure. For everyone that's followed me, thank you very much for joining the stream. Hopefully joining the train early. I'm going to try and be as entertaining as possible. Obviously when I grow a little bit larger, maybe I can, I don't know, be more interesting. I don't know. I'm not really that much of an interesting, like, crazy individual. Yeah, if I'm not streaming, sure. After school, which I get out at, what is it, 1:45 Pacific Standard Time. But if I stream, I only usually do the flights from the airport I was at the previous night, or the previous day. Okay, we're gonna hit this airport, but like I said, I don't usually regard AI aircraft unless it's like serious, even though we had plenty of room, so we're good. Alright, taxiing to 16 left here in Seattle. Like I said, I was actually just here in Seattle, what is it, 2 weeks ago now? Because 2 weeks ago as of Sunday, because I was at the NFC Championship game for the NFL. Seahawks. That is my favorite team, and like I said multiple times during the Super Bowl, so. I was supposed to go to Disneyland in 2 weeks, but I really wanted to watch the Super Bowl with my dad, so. I decided that my mom can go, and I'll stay home with my dad. Alright, engine start switches can go to continuous and continuous. Transponder can go to TARA. Auto brakes can go to rejected takeoff. Position lights can go to strobe and steady. And then I think that is it. Except for heading bug actually. So what noise is this? 16, so 160 degrees. 164, I do remember that from earlier. 164 degrees, then there's VNAV, LNAV landing lights, which I will do here in just a second. As we turn on to the runway here, we're going to actually just follow this AI in, just so we don't have to deal with him flying through us or anything like that. Looks like this might be an Embraer 175 in front of us. They need to add more planes to fly, that is for sure. My personal, like, most wanted plane right now is probably... Okay, we might hit the back of this plane because it just stopped for no fucking reason. My most wanted plane is probably... If I had to, like, take one plane that I could have is probably the Boeing 777. Just because, in my opinion, it's one of the most... I mean, not even debatable. It's one of the most used planes by airlines, so... There's a lot of livery options. But before anything, I would just want more liveries. A Southwest livery mainly. Because Southwest, again, is one of the biggest carriers in the U.S., so it's a lot needed. There we go. Alright, we're following this Embraer out. Again, the new California Visuals are available in the marketplace on PS5 as I just turned on VNAV LNAV. I'll go and hold short right here. Hold short for this Embraer, we'll watch their takeoff, and then we will be taking off. Hopefully, this stupid ass Embraer is going to cut me off right here anyway, so all this waiting is really going to do nothing, but you know. There that plane goes. Go ahead and start taxiing a little bit onto the runway here. En route to LAX. Flight plan looks good. VNAV, LNAV, continuous. Landing lights can go to on. Taxi light can go to off. Make sure that this other plane is not gonna, it's gonna cut us off, so we're actually gonna go and stay here just for 2 seconds. We're gonna line up and wait here just for 2 seconds. Just so we don't have to deal with the plane inside of us. The Embraer 175 is also another plane that they should add. It's a really nice plane. A lot of airlines fly it as well. United, Alaska, American, I believe, might fly it. Delta, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know about, I just know U.S. airlines, but. Alright, once that plane lifts off the ground, is out of the way, then we are good to go. We can actually go and start, increase that engine power to 40%. Alright. Once it gets out of my view, then we are good to go. Alright. we are good to go. Kind of start by going about 50% just to kind of start rolling here. And takeoff power set toga. Flaps are set. Yep. Looking for 154 knots to take off today. There's another Alaska Airlines flight right there, I think. 737. V1 rotate. Oh, no, I'm 154. What? I'm an idiot. Okay, sorry, now V1 rotate. Fuck, I'm an idiot. I was trying to rotate at 134 and it said 154. There it is. Alright, and positive 8, gear up. Alright. Lifted a little bit early there. We're good. Keep going up just a little bit more. There you go. Still climbing. Flaps go to 1 degrees, and autopilot can go to on. Flaps can go to 0. Auto brakes can go to off. Parking brake remains off. Engine start switches can go to off. Seatbelt sign stays on. Got a little bit of precipitation here. We can go ahead and turn on the windshield wiper just for now. Climb, auto brake selector, flaps, and then landing lights, altimeter bar. Let's make sure those flaps are 0. As our climb cheaps and improving. Yep. Heavy rain coming out of Seattle here, which it is one of the rainiest cities in the U.S. I think. So, or not. I think I know. Obviously, if we're landing though, windshield will be a little more of a priority, but we can just keep it on low for right now until we get past these rain clouds. As we're off the ground in Seattle. Alright, 5,300 feet. Still a little bit of rain. We can go and turn on just a little bit more because it is kind of a little fast. It is so annoying how these two don't. I don't know if they do that in real life, but these two, how they don't like go in sync. So I'm sure look over here so I don't have to look at it. We're almost up to 10,000 though, so we're gonna have to turn that thing to what is it, 37,000? Yeah, 37,000 soon. 7,000 feet. We can go and alert them that we are well above 5,000. Alright, we can go ahead and turn these down now. Just to, if you ever wonder, that's what high looks like. And then this one, you can go to intermediate. This one is also back to intermediate. Once we hear that beep, we'll increase this 37,000. There it is, and increasing to 37,000. Altitude intervention, and we are climbing above 10,000. Landing lights can go to off, and altimeter bar can go to off, or standard, sorry. Still good, climb looks good, everything looks good. Everything's in the green. We're above 10,000 now, so we can go ahead and turn off those anti-ice. And we're also well above the clouds. We can also go and turn off the wipers. Had a little, like I said, a little bit of precipitation or rain or whatever you want to call it off of after takeoff there. But now we're above the clouds, climbing to 37,000 feet. Alright. Let's actually go to the legs page just so we can kind of monitor, make sure the flight plan's all good, autopilot doesn't mess up or anything dumb like it tends to, and does quite often. South of Seattle now. Starting to go over the mountains and the wilderness. Pretty much this wilderness goes all the way to Sacramento. Pretty much. I mean, there's cities, but it's pretty dense. A lot of wilderness in between Seattle and Sacramento. Obviously, there's big cities, but like you could walk from Seattle, south of Seattle to Sacramento, and you could probably be in the forest the entire time if you really wanted to. Other than crossing a few freeways, but like, I guess you can kind of say that for everything, everywhere, but like, you know, the Sierra Nevadas are massive. Not as big as the Colorado Rockies, but so we can actually go and look at flights now, I guess, from let's see, Alaska Airlines. So LAX, I want to go from LAX to Sac. I'm just looking. By the way, whenever I look just to verify, obviously I can look up direct flights from and use flightsfrom.com, but I usually just like verify it. I go to LAX, like you go to the Southwest or the side of the Alaska Airlines app. There's actually not direct flights from LAX to Sacramento on Alaska Airlines, which is kind of unfortunate. Let's go LAX to, I don't know. I'm just trying to look up direct flights. Direct flights from LAX. And I'll put a filter. I'll do Alaska Airlines and United just on the 737. Portland, Fort Myers, Louisville, which I don't buy that, that's going to be on a 737, but whatever. Manzanillo, Pittsburgh, that's actually Pittsburgh, Mazatlan, blah, 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 a bunch of other stuff. I just want those actually hella direct flights. I thought there'd be a lot less just on the 737, to be honest. There's no way this is just United and Alaska. Wow. Yeah, like you can fly from LAX to Portland, Maine. There it is. So Anchorage, there's a direct flight from LA to Anchorage, so I might just do that. If I don't do another, if I just do stream once Thursday and Friday combined. Alright, give you guys a little bit of the outside view without me yapping. I'll be right back. We'll actually do a little cinematic view. Hold on. Find a good, decent camera angle here as we're on our turn. There we go. Alright. Let's see here. We're still not to cruise. A little bit more to cruise altitude. About 15 minutes off the ground in Seattle. I have a dense fog advisory for my area. That makes for some fun landings. Speaking of that, let's actually check ahead to LA weather. It's not the same as where I live, so let's see. Weather, visibility. Okay, visibility's fine, it looks like. If you're wondering what that sound is, that's my cat playing with something on my damn desk. He's trying to play with nothing right now. And now she's trying to play with the screw. Now she's getting down. And she's walking away. Okay. Alright, sorry about that. I was doing some school work that is due tomorrow. We are currently flying just, was it east of Sacramento, my hometown. Not the city I was born in. I was actually born in San Diego, California. But that is Sacramento off there to the right. North Sac over here, South Sac over there-ish. Downtown Sac, obviously where all those lights are off to the right, and then the airport is about where these lights are right here. It's about where the airport is, right here. So, kind of cool. Do a little bit of the outside view, because might as well look at my hometown, why not? Alright, about 45 minutes out from Los Angeles, maybe a little less. Probably about 45 to 50 minutes out from LA. Descent is just off the radar here. We are zoomed out to, what, 80 miles? So if it will show me. 160 miles, so probably about 200 miles till the top of descent. So far, obviously, I can't notice anything drastically different from the visuals, but it'll probably be on the landing and we can see it best. I mean, it looks definitely better, like the Sierra Nevadas look slightly better. I think they mainly did the cities, though, not like the, what's it called, like the terrain. Definitely looks good at night. San Francisco off there to the right. Mainly like over there, the Bay Area over there. Stockton is probably this city, I would have to guess. No. Well, yeah, Stockton's right to the right, looks like. I'm assuming this is Stockton right here. Yeah, Stockton Metropolitan, so yeah, right here is Stockton. Right about here. And then this is Merced. And then Fresno is coming up way over there. We might not even fly over because it looks like we actually are going to turn left, so we're going to kind of follow, what is this, I-99 here. Yeah, LA or San Francisco is over there. Like all this, so you can actually probably see the bay a little bit right here, maybe. Yeah, looks like, yeah, the bay is right here. So this is San Francisco. San Francisco Airport, I would assume, is like right here-ish. He actually might be at it, I don't know. So, yeah. Little California geography lesson for you there from the sky. Semi verification for YouTube. I just got not approved, but I was just looking at it and it said that they're still working on it. So should be able to maybe do live streams on there too soon. New video up there, the stream from the other night. So if you want to go watch that, then go watch that. Looks like we're in range 103 miles, so probably about 120 miles until we start our descent. Alright, let's go ahead and make sure that we're briefed on the landing before we start it. Good, we are going to be landing on, I believe, runway 24 right. Let me double check that. I'm like 99.9% sure that it's 24 right. It is good. Alright, we can go and put in the ILS here in just a second. First, we got to move it up there. Here we 108.5. 108.50. 108.50. Alright, that's good. Go ahead and also get that descent checklist open and ready. Go here. 1.5, 2200. Of course, it's going to be 251. We'll go ahead and insert that information here in just a moment when we start our descent. Quick overhead panel check, pre-descent. I also forgot to turn off the fasten seatbelt sign earlier. We'll turn it off for a few seconds. Dome light can go and go off as well. And I believe everything looks good. Alright, got about 25 miles or so until top of descent. Start to see the edge of LA there and its lights. At least like the cities north of LA, see a little bit out there, but seeing it looks like we have a 747 out there. Alright, so that guy out there in the 747 is actually flying to Honolulu. That's awesome. Sick. Rare to see people fly to Honolulu, but it's good to see. See where he's coming from, I just asked him. And yes, I am that annoying. I like to bug people and see where they're going. Yeah, he's going to Honolulu. I'm not sure if he's going to tell me where he's coming from, but 38 nautical miles that way, 34,000 feet it looks like. The altitude, whenever you see someone name tag, is slightly off, but it says 33. like 700, which usually that just means 34,000 or 33,000. So a little bit somewhere in between there, which is actually pretty low for a Honolulu flight. So kind of interesting. I want to look up real quick what the runway there is there that you're supposed to land on. I'm going to give them a little bit of advice here. I'm going to tell them to land on the damn right runway, airport, HEC. What if we can go in 2200. Okay, he's flown there, so I don't need to tell him. And we'll just wait just a second. We can also go and get this off. I was going to tell him to land at a certain thing, but he probably knows. Weather still looks good. We can actually go ahead and get open this. If it loads, we'll just go and put it on there. There you go. Real quick, let me go and look up what terminal. I don't even think there is terminals. American Eagle has its own terminal. There it is. You can go ahead and hit altitude intervention now. And real quick, engine start switches can go to continuous. Continuous. Fasten seatbelt sign. Can go to on. Just double check that I did everything here. Yeah, passing. Yeah, we're good. So we're gonna check these 4. And we'll start our descent checklist here in just a minute. I'm just trying to see. I don't really think they have terminal. Yeah, they do. Well, this says 1 terminal. What gates do Alaska Airlines use at LAX? Let's just see if it pops up. Gate number 60 through. Well, that doesn't help. Terminal 6. I don't even see terminal numbers on here. Oh, terminal 6. It's right here. So we're gonna have to. I think I'm pretty like 95% sure we're landing on 24 right. Yeah, we are. I already know. 24 right, and then we're gonna have to taxi over to C number 8 right here, or number 6 right here. Okay. So what the 3rd leg, I think, 4th or 3rd leg. 3rd it looks like. We can go and start our checklist here. Let's go and get it open. Approach, I'm going to borrow good. So final approach altitude, good. Final course is going to be 251 degrees. $151. Reduce that down to 40 miles. This can actually go down to 5 miles a lot early. Minimum, I don't know what I just do. Final course. Now we can go to minimums, 2,500. Looks like there's a bunch of people. I might have to turn off name tags real quick, just to kind of help so it doesn't distract me or anything while I land. So we can also take in the scenery real quick after I set this to 500, if I even can. Damn, this is hell of annoying and picky. Damn it, fucking. God, this is the most picky shit ever, the little joystick. Come on, we're almost there. No, fuck. God damn it, almost there. Slow. There you go, 2,500 feet. Minimum's good. Go to arm the speed brake. We are going very fast actually, so we're going to go and turn on the speed brake. And also I forgot I have auto throttle turned off. We can go and turn auto throttle on. I'm assuming it's going to bring that down, and then speed auto brakes can go to 2. Oops, sorry, 2. Nope, that's 3. Whoops. Didn't look like I moved at first. Go ahead and turn the speed brake down just a little bit. Hopefully that engine throttle goes down a lot. That's speed brakes armed, auto brakes set. Go ahead and check the gears, and then real quick I'm just going to go and turn off my name tags, settings, online, show player nameplates. Just so we can kind of enjoy the approach here into Los Angeles. Currently 9:44 Pacific time, local time. And I believe we can go and turn that speed brake to off. Final approach, we were working on that. And we can wait just 2 more seconds just for the approach aids, nav aids. And then lights, taxi lights on below 10,000. Flaps when on approach. We can go ahead and set those nav aids once we get below 25,000. Again, I don't know the actual official altitude you're supposed to do it, but I just do it below 25,000. 2 things I don't know officially. 1, the approach speeds. Like for each aircraft, like what speed you should be when you're about to touch the ground. That's kind of what I'm bad at. I usually just kind of changes per approach. And then I also don't know the flaps, like what speed you should be at and what your flaps should be at, which is kind of the same thing as approach speed, but I feel like I was just talking about something completely different. But yeah, approach speed, pretty much, taxi flaps. That's why whenever you're seeing me land, I usually only have the flaps like 10, 5 or 15, so I usually just use the speed brake and the engine power to go faster and slower. Which I'm assuming you just want the engine power to stay the same, so that's why I use flaps and not change the engine thrust, which kind of makes sense. I don't know, maybe if I watched like someone that was more professional do it, it would kind of help, but we go and let them know that we're starting to get close to 10,000, a little overhead panel check midway through the descent, and everything looks good. Go and check radios. I actually did not switch the nav aid, so I'll go and do that now. The other thing I also don't know the altitude, I forgot, but the other thing I don't know the altitude for is like when are you supposed to engage the nav aids, or it doesn't matter. We go and check nav aids off the checklist. Stay and close out the checklist for a minute, so you can maybe see a little bit of the differences in the new Cali Visuals here. I'll try to do a flight in the daytime so we can actually kind of get a view, a good look at it. The mountains actually look really good. I don't know if that was even something they changed, but they do look really, really good. Again, I don't know if they did that or just changed like the buildings and stuff like that, but we will see that when we get closer. Still a little far out. Hour 41 into the flight. It said it was going to take, I think, 2 hours, 9 minutes, so we're still a little ahead of schedule. You can also just turn on the speed just like a tad, little teeny weeny bit, because I want to get below like 260, like 265. I want to get at 265-ish, if we can. A little, like literally 1%. Like, here we go, ready? No, that's too much. There you go. 1%. Like that really does anything. Just kidding. Turn it up a little more. 1%. That's why whenever, like, I don't know if you guys watch Shark Tank, but whenever they go into, like, Shark Tank, like, can I get $800,000 for 1%? I'm like, I'm so fucking sure. Who would want 1% of a Shark Tank company? Come on now. Unless you're a multi-billion-dollar franchise, you should not be asking ever for 1%. And I know Kevin O'Leary on Shark Tank will agree with me. I haven't watched that in a long time, but when I did, it was pretty damn entertaining. I've gone through like phases. Like I don't watch GTA roleplay as much, even close to as much as I used to. I think we can go and turn auto throttle off now. Kind of help us slow down there a little bit. Let's see, we're at flight level 8185. We need to be below 17,000 here, 72.2 miles, which we will probably be. Go and decrease engine thrust just a little bit more there. Actually, go and turn off the speed brake now that auto throttle's off. Parking brake, just want to make sure it's released. Yep. Just so when we land, we don't break the parking brake. And once we get a little bit closer, we can go in, what is it, 40 miles right now? Yeah, we can go and change to 20 here in just a second. A little bit much there because we were not, like, we were pretty much on the purple line, it looked like. A little bit of bumpy coming in here. Make sure that fast not on if it is. On approach into Los Angeles from Seattle. Seattle. Alright, we can go and set flaps to 1, and we can go and increase the thrust. Actually, we're going to have to decrease thrust so we can slow down and get the flaps on. Let's actually use a little bit of speed brake just to slow down here. So that flap goes to 1. So keep on slowing down here. Says 250 knots. We need to be below 250, so just a little bit more. There you go. Armed. Alright, we can go ahead and increase thrust a little bit now. Just so we're not so damn low on the engine thrust. That'll also help us slow down. When we're here, we can actually just go ahead and set flaps to 2 degrees. Have to increase engine thrust a little bit, make sure that speed brake is off. It is not off, but armed. 13,000 feet, just below 14,000. We can go ahead and move this back to 20 miles now. About to make our left turn to go parallel with the runway, and then we'll do our final turn onto the runway. And then once we get below 10,000, landing lights, taxi lights, final checks. And flaps. I guess I can go ahead and check flaps now since we have it at 2 degrees. My controller disconnect. I'll say it again, sorry about that, my controller disconnected twice. Go ahead and increase thrust just a little bit to try to stay above 220 knots there. Or at least around. Just until we get below 10,000, then we can start getting below 220. Again, I don't know approach speeds. This is just kind of what I have been doing. That's been somewhat working. Even right now, I'm going a little slow from what I normally do. I'm just going to get a look on the outside view. The runway is in sight. To be honest, it doesn't look that much different. It's probably just very small critiques. It's probably mainly the interior of the city, but this is like Burbank and stuff over here. I think I can actually see the Burbank airport right there, right above the airplane there. Alright, we're getting close to 10,000 feet here, 220 knots, we're good. If you're watching this on YouTube, make sure to go check out the Discord and the Twitch. If you're watching this on Twitch, make sure to go check out the YouTube and the Discord. All links in bio and YouTube, the links are also in the description. If you're watching a rerun, this is not live, this is a rerun. If it is a premiere, then that means it's a rerun, not a live. Just in case you were confused. Or if you need any clarification, then let me know. If you have any questions to clear up, then let me know. 2 hours 15 minutes when it comes to the stream, 1 hour 48 minutes into the flight. Slightly ahead of schedule on the flight time. Because I kind of am blanking on the flight time. Whoops. It was, I don't know, I haven't opened my phone, gotta check my computer. The flight time was, as it loads, the flight time is 2 hours and 9 minutes, so we're about 10 minutes ahead of schedule. Next point, we need to be at 9,000 or below, or 8,000 or above in 5 miles, so we got plenty of time. And out of below 10,000, go ahead and turn on those landing lights. Taxi lights can also go on. And go ahead and final checks here momentarily. Landing lights on. Of course, the cursor, it's not an approach unless the cursor doesn't work to hit on the damn correct checklist. Approach. Scroll down here. Taxi lights, and I'll get the post-flight checklist, go to taxi out, and then again, it's going to be left on the other side of the airport. Technically I have taxied at this airport, but I haven't like done a full flight to this airport or a full flight out of this airport. Alright, airport's off there to the right as we come into Los Angeles, California. The buildings, I believe, are out of render distance. There's the first building right as I say that. So, looks like the visuals aren't crazily different. So I actually just did a test flight in here the other day and it looks pretty fine. I think it was actually might have been last night or the night before. I was kind of mad earlier. I did a whole pre-fly on a 747 and the game just kind of shit itself, so I just kind of said, fuck it, and I'll just do another stream. Islands out there, LA right here. In my opinion, just from looking at it from above, I do think that LA is way bigger than New York. I don't buy the population. When I say LA, I mean all of this. This is all of LA. All this. Not just LA downtown. I mean, this is technically all LA. You can drive very easily. Doesn't mean it's going to take not like short amount of time, but you can drive all this area. And LA has way more airports because of the size of it. Like you can see 2 airports just in one frame right there. I mean, I know that one's a small airport and it's not, there's no flights that go there. It's like a domestic, but like still. Like I can see Burbank from here. Right there, there's Burbank. There's LAX. So, in my opinion, I think LA's better, but that's kind of a dumb conversation to have because technically I know like the square mileage or whatever, but I just don't, like New York's way more spread out than LA is. Like LA, as you can see, there's no patches. Like there's a few, but that's probably because there's water or a city or an airport. There's another airport right there, I think. No, it's just a big ass highway, never mind. There's the buildings. Let's see if it looks any different from when I flew here the other day. To be honest, it doesn't look like crazily different. I don't know where SoFi is. Oh, there's SoFi. right there. SoFi Stadium, home of the Rams and the Chargers. F for the Rams. I hate them. I'm a Seahawks fan, so I cannot say anything good about the Rams. Now we can go and set flaps to 5 and increase thrust back to 70%. Just because, like I said, I'm not sure how to counteract speed other than increase thrust when it comes to your flaps going down. Which actually, we can go and decrease thrust so we can go and start slowing down more. Not too much, but just a little bit. Alright, final checks. Pumps, good. Engine start switches continuous, IRS mode, good. Power's on. Heat, probes, anti-ice off. All this is good. Landing lights are on. Taxi lights on. Seatbelt sign is on. Smoke sign is on. Lieutenant's call. They have been notified. We'll tell them after this turn, right in the middle of this turn, to take the seats for landing. I'll start doing a little bit more like of the announcements, I guess, for as a pilot. Ground ever on. I think we are good. We are half checked for landing. The other half is making sure the landing gear goes down successfully and all that. And that we kind of line with the runway. 180 knots. Go ahead and increase thrust just a little bit. A little bit too slow for liking. You can go and look at the city off there to the left. Or actually below us. That actually does look a lot better than when I flew the other day. It looks kind of. Hopefully the autopilot's not going to do anything stupid. It kind of looks like it's doing something stupid right now. Is it going to correct itself? Yeah, it is. Okay, good. There's downtown right there. I don't know where Dodger Stadium is or anything like that. I'm not a huge LA person, as you can probably tell. I don't even know if it's in sight from the air. I know it's on like a hill, so I'm trying to look like a hill maybe somewhere. I think it's like somewhere out here. That was my phone hitting the thing. Long Beach, everything else, Ontario, everything, all the other airports out there. We're going LAX right there, I think. Yes, right there, I believe. Like I said, probably the biggest city in the United States when it comes to just pure city, not anything. Obviously mountains have to be surrounding it, but like, maybe that's Dodger Stadium right there. Yeah, I think that's, yeah, there it is, Dodger Stadium right there. Chavez Ravine. Right there. There might be something else too. Yeah, there's Dodger Stadium right there. I can just tell because the left field stands they're high in the outfield. I've never been, but I do know every baseball stadium pretty damn well, like when it comes to looks. The only ones I maybe not know is like Cleveland, and like if you were to show me Cleveland and like Kansas City, actually I do know Kansas City. Like, you know, just some of those are like fields that just kind of like target, like, okay, the Twins and the Guardians, like I could, like okay, I probably could, but like, you know what I mean? Like those stadiums where they're kind of a little bit more basic, the ones that are kind of harder to tell. Well, a little bit slow here, gotta increase thrust just a little bit. Yeah, that's really cool. See if I can get a quick snapshot of that. Where the hell is it at? I kind of lost fucking sight of it. Where the hell is it? I think it's back there. It's funny. Still on final here into LA. I think we're going a little slow. That might be why it's taking so damn long. Let's go ahead and just up flaps because I feel like we're going way too slow. Maybe an approach is supposed to take this long. I don't know. Also, I don't know what the hell this freaking flight plan is doing. What the hell? Why does it make us going back this way? What the fuck? I think I might have done this flight plan wrong. Am I going to the wrong airport or something? Like, what the hell? Oh, okay. I was looking this way. I was like, what the hell am I doing? But I forgot that the runway, or the airport is behind me. Right there. We're going hella far out though. God damn, I think I could have turned. Like, last time I came, I did not go out this far. We got traffic off to the right. I did see lights, landing lights just a second ago. We're going hella far out here. It says it's front and right of me, but I'm not seeing anything. Alright, starting final turn to get on final here into LA. Final turn into LA. Let's make sure this is, I kind of upped it. Let's make sure it's back to 20 miles. Go back to 20 miles. This is 5 miles. Yep. On final. Now we can set flaps back to 5. I was just confused about how we were going. And also we just crossed in front of the other flight path just to make that turn, so that's not legit at all. See the Dodger Stadium, I think I said was like right here. I don't know, right there I think is maybe it. There's actually a lot more light. Oh, there it is right there. There's a lot more lights around it than I thought. Alright, on final here into Los Angeles. Once we're done with this turn, we are ready to put the landing gear down. We can actually go and decrease this back to 10 miles. It's good right now. LAX, my very, very first official landing here. Like I said, I've landed here on test flights, but not on full flights from start to finish. Seattle to LA. Los Angeles. Flaps and go to 10. See, this might be my first flaps anywhere. I don't even have to adjust the damn thing. Flaps go to 15 now. I'm just trying to see, like, if I were to send them down to 40, what speed I would be going. So we're at 196 right now. Even go a little slow. Let's go flaps 15. I think we're good. Letting her down too. Alright, 2200 is the final. Go ahead and remove this down to 2100. 2000 is fine, actually. Altitude intervention, just to make sure it goes drag. I'm also going to increase those flaps. We're going way too slow. About to get a stall warning and shit. See, this is why I don't use flaps. These are going way too slow. Even though 158 is not stall, like 135 is, but, you know. So we can actually, I guess we can go ahead and set it back to 25. Approaching minimums call, below 2500. Runway is in sight, landing gears down, 3 gear in there, 3 gear in there, we're good, we're checked. Clear land. Laps are 25, I'll set them into 40 once we're a little bit closer. I'm actually going a little slow too, so I'll increase to us to like 69% just to try to slightly counter. I don't want to go above, at least too far above 70 just to keep it somewhat realistic. 2 reds, 2 whites it looks like right now, so that's good. Gonna be landing on the far right runway, and I go ahead and take over controls. Autopilot disengage. My controls, landing her down, we're good. Already checked for landing and everything. Once I start, yeah, it's gonna start. I was gonna say once I start increasing the rate of descent, it's gonna start doing that. Go ahead and turn on VOR localizer mode. Even though I probably should have done that to help the autopilot, not after the autopilot. It doesn't really do anything now, so you know. I think we're still good right now. Still stalling a little bit. We'll go ahead and decrease engine thrust. Actually, fuck it. We'll just change flaps to 25 or 30. I mean. Runway is in sight. A little bit left of the runway here. Again, I'm playing on a controller, so it looks like people are going to say, oh my god, no, Airbus would never have to adjust that much. You got to remember, I'm playing on a controller, so like one little movement of the controller is going to look like a lot more. Because technically it's hard to do subtle movements on a controller. Alright, we got 3 reds, 1 white it looks like right now. A little bit slow, which again, I've not really done this landing, like a landing with flaps like full, so we'll see. Definitely low right now, gotta increase thrust. There's a plane taking off right there, that's pretty cool. Might even be a real person, I have no idea, I have name tags off, so I wouldn't know. Make sure to join the Discord if you haven't already, as we're on final here. Trying to advertise the hell out of the Discord just to get people, you know what I mean, jelly bean. Alright, on final, alright. We're also gonna have a pretty long taxi here once we land anyways, so. Alright, flaps go back to 40. I don't want to jinx it, but it is a pretty damn good approach right now. Go ahead and decrease thrust by a lot. Passing over in and out here in a few seconds. A little bit low and increase thrust again. See, I said something and it kind of stall power, so we want to go a little bit faster. A little bit, we're good. Now we can cut power a little bit. A little bit low still. I'm not trying to flare, I'm just trying to make sure the altitude is good. It's kind of hard when you don't have much power. And cut power. Reverses out. Again, hard, like very, very smooth, softy landings are very hard with the controller, as you can probably tell. Alright, and below 70, those can go to off. Auto brakes go to off as well. Speed brake can go to off. Probe heating can go to off. Flaps go to 0. Waiting for this next turn off. I don't even know where it is. Way up here. Okay. Go ahead and increase thrust here to get off the runway. We used up pretty much the entire runway, but you know. Position lights. Want to make sure it's a good landing because it is LA, one of the best airports in the world. So APU start, just like most famous, I guess you can say, when it comes to aviation. So. And probe off, APU switch star, flaps up, landing lights can go 3, 2, 1, off. Taxi light is on. We're going a little fast here. Go ahead and close that. There's the Delta hangar over there, Korean Air, and others. Don't check this runway real quick. Got something taken off, but we should be good. It's AI. Which that doesn't excuse, but you know, it just kind of makes it, you can't really control them, so. Let's go to here. I know I'm kind of phasing off, but like I said, I can only steer and do one thing at once, so, you know. Stir, there it is. Alright, taxiing to the gate here in Los Angeles. After a flight from Seattle, autopilot disengage thing can go up. Once we get on the straightaway, I'll go ahead and reset the autopilot too, so we can get that warning away. Alright, autopilot, can just go quick switch, just to get that little warning. Not the AP one, but the one down here. Yeah, I like taking out the entire runway, if you cannot tell. I'm not a taxi off the first taxiway kind of guy, as you can clearly tell. I think it was a decent landing, though, not horrible. And the visuals actually look pretty damn good at this airport, I gotta admit. Like, obviously you can tell it's a simulator, but it looks a lot better. The dirt still kind of looks like so-so, but... do we take a right here? No, we'll go down to the next one. That United, looks like it might be a 767 or something. That looks fucking awesome. I can't tell from this far. Again, I'm not an expert, I'm just an aviation lover, if you want to call it. There's an Alaska Airlines plane right there, but I'm just going to go over a set and Google, because, you know, that's probably the most legit thing to do. There probably is a website that could tell you more professionally, but, you know, Google's always close to right. There actually is a lot of Alaska and United planes right here, though. But also, I mean, they don't really know. I think they just spawn. Yeah, there's also ones over there, though, so it's just random. We'll go to, why does it look like Sydney with those freaking roofs? There's that one building in, like, Australia that's, like, hella famous. It's pretty damn late for me, yeah. I mean, not like, it's 10:14, but I usually am off the PlayStation by about now, so. It's gonna be a little bit of a later night, probably like 10:30 is when the stream will be done, I assume. Shut down, probably take a minute. We're still not even close to the damn gate because it's a pretty big airport. There's a 747, that looks fucking sick. I think that's literally just a Boeing house livery, though. We can go and do one thing real quick and turn on the name tags again so I can know who's real and who's not. Game, that might be a real person because usually you don't see. Yeah, I said, oh no, shocker. It's not. Someone over there, and I think that's it. There's hella people here earlier. The 747 does look sick though. Could go to this gate, but I'm gonna go to the gate where it told me to go. There's also a car in the middle of the gate, so how about we don't do that? That plane looks great. That could be a 777 maybe. I'm not sure what type of plane that is, to be honest, y'all. If anyone wants to tell me in the comments of the YouTube, let me know, because I have no idea what that is. I do know that's a 747. I mean, I'm not that dumb, but it does have no wing thing, so it could be a 777. It looks like more of a Boeing than it would an Airbus, to be honest. 747 probably taxiing to park right there. And our concourse is going to be over here, I believe. Let's go and zoom in just a little bit. We're going to be in gate 6. Gotta slow down, damn. I don't know what the, also I don't know what the percent is for taxing. As you can see, I'm overtaxing just a little bit. You can also see it's kind of having a little trouble loading. So this is the main terminal, then there's 4, 5, 6, this is going to be the third one. There's another United, that looks like it. Nah, maybe a 777, I'm not sure. A bunch of United planes though. This looks like freaking San Francisco or something. One of their hubs is LA, so that kind of does make sense, but that's a 737 right there. Yeah, so I guess I'm assuming, because this is gate, yeah, so this is 4. I'm assuming these gates will be named like 5 something, and then these gates up here will be named 6 something. So we're going pretty damn fast. I don't know how. These get 5, 7. Yep, see? Yep, so I'm right. This is 6 over here. And it looks like there's an open gate right there off to the left, which we will take. It looks like a medium gate too, so perfect. Even though a bunch of small planes are here, but you know. Alright. Both my maps stopped working at the perfect time. We can go ahead and get ready to turn off the taxi light. Right or left? This one doesn't have like shit next to it, so I'm probably gonna, well, they both kind of have. I'm just gonna go to the left one because it's, oh no, 5, no, it's 6, never mind. I have to go to this one. I would have done all that just to go to the wrong terminal. Alright, taxi lights can go to off. It's kind of a sharp turn. An A330 right there, landing. We'll go see what he's doing here in just a second once we stop. Maybe just short of the thing, I think. Maybe not, perfect. Just short. I just got the engine power a little too short. No, perfect. Fuck, just a little short, it's fine. High parking brake set. Fasten seatbelt sign. I believe they're opening the thing for me. Fasten seatbelt sign, go to on. APU switches, go to on, even though we're going to be ending the flight. Engine start switches to off and off. And cutoff switches, fuel pumps, just for now, those 3. Engine bleed switches off, APU bleed on. Then we'll go see real quick what this guy's doing. Or what airline he at least is. Get a view of LA and the scenery. Let's see if we can see a 200, and don't see that very often. He stopped on the runway. And he left. So he's probably just doing landings. What the fuck is happening to my plane? It looks like the old school fucking Alaska livery. Alright, let's go ahead and make sure I did everything right on the parking checklist. I believe they attached the jet bridge. Maybe not. Let me go ahead and request that real quick. Tune to Los Angeles ground 121.650. Ground services and request passenger board start. Okay, and then let's go and get the shutdown checklist and stuff open here. Parking brake set, blah, blah, blah. I already did that. Shutdown, engine start levers cut off. Transponder can go to off. We'll go and watch them attach the jet bridge real quick. That A3, looks like the A320 is gonna leave. Alright, that's off, I think. Yeah, anti-collision lights can go to off. I can go to off, I can go to off. Exit lights down for now. Fuel pumps and all the fuel pumps not go to off. Window heating, go to off. Anti-ice is already off. These can go to off. Hydraulic pumps, engine and hydraulic, or electrical and hydraulic. Electrical and engine. Circulation fans can go to off. Flight directors can go to off and off. AP auto brake selector good. APU master switch as well can go to off. APU bleed can go off. Engine bleed's already off. Okay, now shutdown checklist complete. Starting securing checklist. Cabin left and right packs can go to off and off. Isolation valve can go to close. IRS mode can go to off. Yaw damper off. Both engine start switches are already off. Trim air can go to off. Standby power, okay, yeah. Standby power here off. Emergency exit lights off. And finally, battery off. Okay, we are not going to do any post-stream festivities today since I already did a stream today. We already kind of checked out what's going on around the United States when it comes to aviation and stuff like that. So, if you want to go see kind of what people are doing, the population of the cities, there was a bunch of people in LA earlier. But a pretty successful flight, pretty good landing. Finally, I did a full flaps landing, even though I didn't really go flaps 40 until only a few 100 feet to go. So, hopefully you guys did enjoy the live stream. If you did, please drop a like on YouTube, drop a follow on Twitch, drop a subscribe on YouTube, and then join the Twitch so that you can maybe join the streams one day and flying and just be a part of the community. I'm hoping to grow here on Microsoft Flight Simulator PlayStation 5, and I'm playing a bunch more simulator games, maybe a new one tomorrow so we can take a break from Flight Simulator if I'm streaming tomorrow. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. Again, this is the Boeing 737 MAX 8 Alaska Airlines livery from Seattle to Los Angeles LAX. Flight number 1390. This was stream number 6. This will be up on YouTube tomorrow at the earliest. Again, thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your night. If you're on YouTube, go watch another stream. How about that? If you're on Twitch, have a good night.